Right, hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So I did want to make an update video about this whole entire Alliance War Potion situation. If you have not been following it thus far, then basically the short and long story version of it is that Kabam dropped an Alliance War change announcement for Season 33. They updated Glory Store with many wonderful changes. However, they did remove Alliance Health Potion from Glory Store, which was the main way people used to get potions for Alliance War, and they added Alliance War potions to our loyalty stores. However, they put a limit of 2 and a price that was out by a factor of 10 for us to be able to afford it. So basically, one potion costs 20,000 loyalty, and we are allowed to have 2 potions per week. Well, initially it was set as 2 weeks to begin with, but apparently that was a bug. So 2 potions a week. That means for 3 wars, we are allowed to purchase 2 potions that are overpriced by a factor of 10. Means that, statistically, every single war, Kabam allows you to spend 2/3 of a potion that you have to overpay. Now, the reality of the situation is quite simple. They want you to use units probably to buy the potions, and obviously, because you'd use, in an average war, one uses more than 2 potions. So that would make Alliance Wars basically unplayable for a significant portion of the player base, and that has caused a huge uproar. And it's actually very hard to understand how can you get a situation this wrong. Like, making mistakes, fine, you can understand that. For instance, deciding on a price for a potion or something like that, you can offshoot. But this isn't, oh, I set a double price of what it should be. The price is out by about factor of 10. In fact, somebody actually calculated it in the comment section, doing math, basically comparing how much loyalty we get, how much glory we get, and it does turn out that, there is a 1000% inflation on the price of the potions, comparatively speaking. And then Kabam still needs time to figure out what went wrong, why don't we like it, what they can do about the situation. Kabam Mike has replied to these posts, I think twice, but the base idea is that they brought back the feedback to the team and they are working on it, and it's been basically 2 days of them, quote-unquote, working on it right now. And I do want to keep an eye on this, because obviously it is a very simple equation here. If these changes go through, as they are, Alliance War is done for majority of the people. It means that every time you get KO'd, you would spend around 800 units to revive your champions, and you would not be able to acquire your potions in any other meaningful way. Only way, let's say, moderately low spending or free-to-play player could play Alliance Wars would be if you take 3-4 seasons off war, accumulate your potions, and then, go in for 1 season to do your best or something like that. No, but in reality, it would just turn Alliance Wars to Alliance Quest, where the spendingest alliances are on top, and the game mode basically has nothing to do with anything else but one's ability to get the potions, pretty much. And that's why it is kind of surprising. It is absolutely baffling to me that this company has been running this game for 7 years, right? Nothing to share yet, but the team has been hard at work coming up with some ideas and improving them. Big shout out to the commenters here and MCOC content creators for giving some great constructive feedback. What the actual fuck? You should not need feedback. You should need basic math skills. Multiplication and division is all that's needed to understand how hard you are screwing us. Right? You do not need a team of 19 people to come up with something this shit or fix it. You want to fix it? Worst case scenario, go back to what it was. It wasn't perfect, it was outdated, and it definitely had its issues, but at least it was working somehow. If you want to actually go by the numbers, increase the availability to 3 potions per war, let's say, or 4 potions per war, and reduce the price by the factor of 10, meaning make them cost 2,000 instead of 1. It really is not that hard to figure it out. At the moment, regardless of what they do decide, obviously, we are still getting the Alliance War compensation, which is the only reason why a lot of people currently are able to play Alliance War. There's an actually very interesting debate on how this compensation has affected the leaderboard, and I do think that there is significant correlation in Alliance Wars becoming much more enjoyable and competitive, and this compensation being handed out. And maybe that would be something that they should do in perpetuity of the game, because handing out this compensation, obviously you are putting more alliances on equal type of footing, where all alliances do have the potions, and all alliances do have some boosts, and all alliances do have the 3-minute boost available to them, and it gives more even playing field. And I do not think it is coincidence that a lot of mid-sized alliances have been managing to get to Platinum 1 and to Masters brackets, even though we never saw them there before. And I genuinely do believe that one of the biggest factors for that is the fact that this compensation exists, and it has had profoundly positive effect in the competitive nature of Alliance War. So even if this situation improves, there is still a very legitimate argument to be made for Kabam sending out a weekly amount of Alliance War potions and boosts and stuff like that. And then if that is not enough, we could go and get these overpriced pieces of garbage. Which actually, if you think about it, could potentially be one of the easiest solutions. Take out the Alliance Quest potion part, take out, the Alliance Quest crystals, but leave the Alliance War boosts and potions in it, just to encourage more people to get into the game mode and play it and have it be as competitive as possible. And I think that would potentially even be the best solution. But then again, I doubt that Kabam would be as generous or insightful in the game itself, because I do believe not many people have noticed the peak of love for Alliance War and increase in competitive amount of teams. It used to be only about 4 or 5 teams to be at the very top to fight for top 3. Now we have 15, 20 teams that are all gunning, for the top half of the Masters. So Alliance Wars have been much better, have been much more enjoyable. I have been ranting for 2-3 months about how much better Alliance War feels with the bans and everything else, and I had not thought to mention the compensation. But the more I think about it, that weekly compensation probably has a lot to do with people's ability to actually go and try and compete for the top positions. But now we steered off a bit. Back to the point. It is quite fascinating that Kabam team that runs this game even needs feedback in a situation like that. It was clear to pretty much any single player who has ever played Alliance War seriously how fucked up this is. As soon as you read the announcement, as soon as you saw the potions in the game, within 2 minutes, anyone who has played Alliance War quickly realized how fucked everybody is going to be. So it just leads me to ask a question. Who is making these decisions? Who is designing this? Who is in charge of this potion economy garbage? If you need feedback about something this obvious, where you have mispriced items by a factor of 10, and where your allowance is 2 potions for 3 wars, it's about as unrealistic as I have seen any game developer ever estimate the necessities of their player base. And it's very hard to sit here right now and bash at Kabam, because I genuinely was happy, am happy, try to be excited for Battlegrounds coming back, try to be excited for a million things in this game. But this, the more I think about it, the more worrisome it is, because it lacks the total, it shows the total lack of thoughtfulness, understanding of the game economy, care for player base, or pretty much everything of the sort. And the fact that they need to think about how to fix it for days. I don't know. And, it's just scary as shit. It is really scary as shit. Do you imagine what type of person is running this game or making these decisions? What the, oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, God help us all. But either way, as I said, I'm gonna keep you guys updated with this entire thing. And the update is that Kebab needs more time to work on solution and get some ideas on improving the situation. Really? It's like, what the? Really? You need days to fix what you broke. Oh, fuck me. I wish I ever worked in a company like that. I wish I ever worked in a company like that. Completely fuck up a project and say, I'm gonna think about how I can improve this fuck up. Let me know what you guys think so far. I am quite convinced that it is going to get changed. I am just quite shocked by the fact that they need that much feedback and so much time to do something about it. But, you know, that's just me. See you later, guys. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about